What's going on YouTube? WILDMAN here. Now, as you know, I'm working out in my backyard. The goal is to go up to 315 pounds or 3 plates on the bench press today. I know I'm going to hit it. I just want to see without any wrist straps and without a belt on or any other supportive gear how it's going to feel. So I want to hit that for 1 rep and then I'm going to do volume after that. And you know me, I'm also going to be doing something stupid. I'm also going to be doing some kind of, tire flip and carrying a bunch of heavy things back and forth across the bullpen, because that's how I like to train and that's how I like to get stronger. And of course, I'll be talking about some random topic as I go through this. So I don't know what it's going to be, but you're going to know before I do, because you're going to see the title of this video and you're going to be able to know what it is. And I guess I'll just figure it out later when I'm editing this video. So let's jump in. Let's see what we can get done today. Now on today's giant set, I'm doing the bench press like I said, and I'm working up to 350 pounds today on my top set. But as I'm going up in this weight, I'm also going to be doing some strongman movements and giant set format. And one of those movements is going to be double kettlebell farmer walks, where I just pick them up, walk them across my bullpen, which is about 15 meters. And then that's going to be working my back and my shoulders and making sure that everything is balanced. And I'm also going to be flipping a monster tire as well. And I love doing strongman movements like these in between my compound movements, because it really makes sure that my body is working all together and all the little muscles that I might be forgetting about are activated. Because if you think about it, the bench press isn't just a chest workout. It's a compound movement, meaning you need to use your entire body to lift that weight. So believe it or not, when I do my bench pressing, my legs are also sore and my quads, because I'm using my quads a lot, especially as it gets heavier. And that's because that's what this compound movement is designed to be. It's designed to use all the muscles in your body to lift the weight. If you want to focus on just your chest, then you're going to have to bring that weight down significantly. And there's better movements than this that are going to be able to isolate the chest and give it a lot better range of motion. But when you're talking about overloading the chest and getting all of your muscles to work together, the bench press is one of the greatest movements that you can ever do. Now, ironically, this is how I stay healthy as well. Because since I do so much strongman movements, my body is always conditioned and ready to work together all at once. So when the unexpected comes up and I need to push somebody, I'm not just going to use my chest. I'm going to use all the muscles that I use when I'm doing my giant set format to push somebody. And that's going to make me much more powerful and make me a lot more athletically ready to handle somebody in a situation like that. And since all my muscles are primed and are firing all at once due to the strongman movement, it keeps my shoulders in a nice healthy position as I'm getting heavier and heavier on the bench press. So if you want to stay mobile and you want to stay active and stay injury free, I highly recommend that you do some strongman movements. Now, I was actually feeling exceptionally good this day, which I was very surprised. I thought without any gear, these weights were going to be moving a lot slower. But really, I think it's because all my muscles were awake doing all these strongman movements. So everything was firing all at once, which is making it easier to use my entire body to do the bench press. So I felt very confident going in with 315. I just wanted to see how fast it was going to move. And since it ends up moving super fast on the first rep, I'm like, cool, I'm going to go for a second rep. And it felt so good, and I could have gone for a third rep, but you can see my foot slips out of place there. Instead, I racked it back. I was very proud of the fact that I was able to hit 2 reps. That just means I'm ahead of schedule, and I couldn't be happier. Now for the volume giant set, I was doing the bench press again for 3 rounds, but this time I was going to drop it back to 255 pounds, and I was going to do 8 repetitions. And this is a very hard weight to do for most males. Most males can't even bench 255 for 1 rep. So the fact that I'm using this as a training weight for volume to build my bench press up, I couldn't be happy with this. And I just continued to stick in the same format with the farmer walks and with the tire flips as well. And then for the assistance giant set, I was doing 3 rounds again, and I was doing double kettlebell farmer walks. So that's 176 pounds in each hand for 352 pounds total. And I'd walk it to 10 meters where I would drop it down, back up, throw my belt to the ground like a boss, and then I would do push-ups on the kettlebell handles. And I was doing 20 repetitions. I'm going to let it run for the full 20 repetitions just to show you that I can do it. And the method here is that the farmer walks have gone up in weight, and now I'm decreasing the weight on the chest by doing push-ups. And I'm mainly just trying to push blood into my chest and to really fatigue the chest. And this is a different angle, as you can see. So I'm hitting a different part of my chest and different fibers just to give it the full shape and the full strength. And then I would do some sledgehammer strikes right after I was done. This is great for shoulder health, for conditioning, but it also works your obliques since you're twisting. And then I would end by picking up the kettlebells and farmer carrying back to where I began. And that was 1 round, and I did 3 rounds of this total. And these strongman movements are really the secret to how I'm able to do the bench press without using any gear. So are accessory movements like these that are all done in giant set format to make sure that all of your muscles are working together as you're lifting those big heavy weights. That makes your elbows and tendons and all the little fibers in your muscles to work together all at once to lift those big weights without having to use so much gear. Well, it looks like I figured out what I wanted to talk about. So I hope everybody learned something new. 315 on the bench press for 2 repetitions. Absolutely ecstatic about that. Was not expecting it. And 255 pounds for 3 sets of 8 reps. Also super amazing. Wasn't expecting that either. And all that strongman movement in between keeps me nice and healthy, conditioned, and actually make sure that my body is well balanced so that nothing gets out of the sorts. So then I start getting like aches and pains or impingements. I highly recommend strongman movements in between your workouts because it absolutely keeps you healthy and keeps you athletically and conditionally strong. Until next time, thank you.